Thank you.
Les, over to you. I'm sure you'll be linking up with what Vaughan had to say in terms of some interesting stats about the Citizen Science Week. Thanks for being available to share with us. Over to you.
Thanks very much. I hope that's working. Is it? Yeah.
That's it, Les.
Okay. Sorry about that. So, so this is the statistician's perspective on this. So, so some of the sort of principles is that we work as a team. We're collecting as many records as we can, as Vaughan explained to us. Another objective is to make the team as big as we can, to collect records from as many countries in Africa as possible, and to collect not just quantity but quality. So because we work as a team, we're not having a leaderboard. We're not saying who did the most and who did the least. We're just operating as a team, and there's the name of the team we play for, and we're all playing on the same side. So competition is great, and there can be competition for places within every team, and there has to be. But as a whole, we're all playing on the same side. So, second point was collect as many records as feasible, and there's a little caveat to that: quality, not quantity. But within that caveat, let's have a look and see how we did. So the total number of records was getting close to 5,000, which is an absolutely amazing effort, which we've put together communally. We have collected records for every single section of the virtual museum. There's only one record for BOP, birds with odd plumage. So I said, well, let me have a look and see what that was. And the BOP record, birds with odd plumage, was from Andries and Joey de Vries that we've mentioned before this evening. It's a southern grey-headed sparrow, and you have to look very closely to see that it's just its plumage aberration is just a little white white collar, subtle white collar. And amazingly, the September issue of IBIS, like so, IBIS Top Ornithology Journal, has a paper from Poland on exactly the same topic: birds with odd plumage. Large-scale survey of bird plumage color aberrations reveal a collection bias in internet mined photographs. So, gosh, I thought when we started this birds with odd plumage that we would never get any science out of it. But other people have just done it, mining photos off the internet. So my sense is that that we can get a paper of at least comparable quality out of the BOP data. So please keep an eye out for funny birds, and that's quite amazing, that. So keep bopping. So make the team as big as we can. So the total number of citizen scientists who participated in the first Citizen Science Week of this sort of session, 2010, 2021, 105. So this becomes the target for next time. Make the team even bigger. Collect records from as many countries in Africa as possible. Bird pics, we had records from 9 countries. LepiMap had 11, and Odonata Map had 7 countries. And Rene, in the last hour or so, has extracted the overall total. So we have data this Citizen Science Week from 14 countries. So So there are 54 countries in Africa, so there's lots of space for improvement on that one. So let's aim for more countries next time. And here are some insights about what we mean by collecting quality data. I think the broad brush guideline overall is, if in doubt about whether something is worthwhile submitting or not, just submit it. So the two most important contributions we make is firstly to refresh records that are getting long in the tooth. So if you go into some of the urban grid cells, and you can do this on the easily on the website, you get the date of the most recent record of the species, and down the bottom of that column is the median date. Half the records are younger than this, half the records are older than this. And say for butterflies or for reptiles and many other of the groups, the median date, half the records were seen 2005 or earlier. So that those records are getting long in the tooth, and so they are no longer really good evidence that the species occurs in those places. So the best thing to do is not just check and spend a lot of time looking to see whether the data's been, so there are recent records. Is just submit them and bring the database up to date. So refreshing old records is important from that perspective, and it's the urban areas where for the sort of the taxa where there are atlases, where we really need to put effort into getting new records. And of course and I've put this second, but most people actually would have put it first, is actually adding species to the list for a grid cell, like Itaza added penguin to the grid cell for Lambert's Bay. That's really important. Secondly, we must try and get the georeferencing as good as we can. In other words, try and get the coordinates to be close to the real place. If you have the capacity, so this is an if, it's a voluntary thing, is if you see a species again in a grid cell, a quarter-degree grid cell, and it's several kilometers from where you last saw it, then please just resubmit if you've got the capacity to do it. And it turns out that this helps the mapping algorithm I talked about a few weeks ago. So don't submit things over and over again from exactly the same locality, but wait at least 5 days. And for the analysis of seasonality, we're doing for the dragonflies, which is on the BDI website in the dragonfly section, Dragonfly Atlas. People in looking at butterflies, at reptiles, said, can you please do this for these other taxa? So so there's real value in getting lots and lots of records for the same species, but 5 days is the kind of the minimum time. We are writing quite detailed guidelines about collecting data, and we'll publish that in Biodiversity Observations soon. So these are the dates of the Citizen Science Weeks for this current session, 2020-21. Dates planned all the way through until August next year. That seems a lot of planning, but it always goes from Saturday to Sunday of the next week, and with the exception that when there's a public holiday on the Monday, then we sneak the Monday in as well. So so that's what it's, the dates, and those dates will be in the little video that we'll upload on the BDI YouTube channel, so you can go back and look at them there. So so this is the state of play, the monthly uploads for all the virtual museum sections. The red line is the line for 2020. The Rene has set this program up now that the current year always has a red line. And all those dots are fixed except the last one. So the last dot is the dot for September 2020, and it's the only one that we can push upwards, that we can change the position of, and we have 2 days to left of the month to push it even further upwards. So that basically is the statistical summary. Only one picture, a grey-headed sparrow with a bit of a white feather in its neck. But I just wanted to say one more thing about the citizen scientist hours and these virtual BioBAShes. Virtual BioBAsh, the sort of thing that we've had this evening from Vaughan and from Itazo, short presentation, 10 minutes or so, with a few slides that show where you've been, and then a slides which show what you've seen. So we're looking for volunteers, people who will actually put up their hand and say to us, we'd like to present. So don't wait until you're asked. Please just volunteer. Talk to me, talk to Itaza, talk to Megan, even talk to Rick, who is hosting us again tonight. Thanks, Rick. And then there are the citizen scientist hours, where we have more formal presentations, usually around 15 minutes or so. We have 3 in the hour. These cover all sorts of things. So you have to look at the BDI YouTube channel and see the range of things that we've talked about. And we're looking for suggestions for people to present. So if there's somebody that you'd like us to do a presentation, please just make that suggestion to one of us. And we're also looking for volunteers, people who would like to talk on some sort of a topic and keep the momentum going. I think we've completed 10 citizen scientist hours. I think we have to do one for West Africa again soon, and Ringham and I will work on that. But we want to keep these things going on a regular basis, so we need ideas and suggestions for and volunteers to help. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much, team, and thank you for all your hard work over the Citizen Science Week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much, Les. Thank you. Wonderful to have the outputs of the first Citizen Science Week in this session, so to speak, put together in such a succinct manner and easily understandable for those of us who aren't statisticians. So I think that was easy stats, but fantastic to see. And yeah, I think for all of us to know that we are all contributing to the collective work of this fantastic team that I've spoken about so many times. So I would, just echo what Les has said, and keep bopping, keep jiving, keep doing whatever you're doing, getting out and mapping, snapping and mapping. Are there any questions? Any questions for Les? We have a couple of minutes. Sorry, I didn't go through and check whether there were. Yeah, there's reference to the encouragement that comes from presentations like these, Les. You do a lot of, put a lot of effort into encouraging people to keep going and pass those targets set, and just add, new record numbers of submissions. I see we're doing very well in September, so we're already way past the, for best September, which is fantastic. Long may it continue. I think it'd be great if we set a baseline target to just increase, the number of records submitted every month on month, and that way it'll become, an ever growing project. So fantastic. Les, Itaso, unless there are others who have comments, sort of from the engine room behind this all, any comments, further comments from you?
I'll just have to say thank you to everyone for for their participation. It's been, it's a great team to be a part of, and a great team to help lead. So thank you very much, everyone.
Itaso, anything more from you?
No, thank you everyone for coming and participating in these events. So we are keeping the participation rate in a good level, which is really good. And thank you, Rick, for all the presentations and everything. Yeah,
it's an absolute pleasure. Yeah, and this activity is increasing. The biodiversity, the activity of insects, particularly in those of our areas where we're moving from a dry winter and spring period into a more moister and greener summer period, and it's an exciting time. I'm looking forward to seeing more species of dragonflies and damselflies and butterflies appearing in the weeks and months ahead. So keep going, everyone, and fantastic to see you all. And we look forward to welcoming you back again in the near future to another one of our virtual get-togethers. So